This video focuses on the end behavior of a graph of a higher order polynomial, looking at the leading coefficient test. What the leading coefficient test does is it tells, does the graph rise on the right, fall on the right, etc. So we're going to look at two things. Here is a function. I'm looking at the leading coefficient and the degree. Those two things tell me a lot about the end behavior for the function. So what I've done is I just made this little box here for you. If your degree is odd, that's the top two boxes, and your leading coefficient is greater than 0, or a leading coefficient less than 0, if it is greater than 0, so you're looking at a number like y equals 3x to the 5th. This would be an example of it. What happens is you're going to fall on the left-hand side, and you're going to rise on the right-hand side. So you're going to have some kind of like snake. And this would be the end behavior. You would say fall on the left and rise on the right. In this second box, you have a degree of odd, and you have a leading coefficient of negative. So it'd be something like this. Y equals negative 2x cubed. How it looks, rising on the left and falling on the right. So you're going to rise on the left, and then you're going to fall on the right. So it'll be something like that. The last two are when your degrees are even. And in this case, your leading coefficient is a positive number. So how this might look is y equals, sorry about that, y equals, let's say 2x to the 4th power. So your leading coefficient is 2, your degree is even. So what happens is it's going to rise on the left and rise on the right. So in this case, it's going to be the shape of a W. Last example, my degree is even, but my leading coefficient is a negative. So we have something like this, y equals negative 5x to the 2nd. It's going to fall on the left and fall on the right. So our leading coefficient is a negative, our degree is an even, so it'll be like a parabola. So that's some examples for you. Let's just do one quick together here. You don't need to write this down. Here is my leading coefficient, it's a negative 2. The degree is 3, which is odd. So we have odd and a negative. So we go down to our boxes, odd and a negative number. So we would say then that our behavior is it's going to rise on the left and fall on the right. So it'll be something like this. Rise on the left, fall on the right. And that's what the graph will look like.